Welcome everyone. We are here for the Newsfeed of the week on the Reboot show. I'm your host, Amy Smith, and I'm joined here today by Luke Stowe, our general panelist who's here with us all the time, which is great for the news. So how are you, Luke?
Yeah, really good, Amy. How are you?
Yeah, great. It's been a good week. There's been some interesting updates that have come about through the news. I know a couple of weeks ago we were talking about TickTok and the sale and everything that was happening in that space. And, you know, Microsoft and Walmart were looking at teaming up to buy TickTok, but something has happened this week which we didn't kind of expect. So what's happened? What's gone on?
Well, interesting developments with TikTok. I mean, Oracle came out, I think it was earlier in the week, and said that, they in fact were going to be the purchasers of TikTok America. We know there's some 100 million users there in the US that use TikTok applications. So they came out, and but not all as it seems, Amy, because today or overnight there's been news come out that, in fact, Donald Trump has said that if ByteDance, which is the parent company, still is going to maintain some type of role in the company that's being set up under the Oracle proposed deal, then he probably won't allow it. So it's not over yet.
That's interesting, because we did kind of flag that on the show, you know, a few weeks ago when we were talking about it in terms of, you know, if Oracle does take over, it seems like a bit of a Band-Aid solution and isn't really solving the problem that we'd identified, which is the real control that the owners of TikTok still have on the algorithm and what's shown. So that's really interesting.
Yeah, so this is a story that will just continue on, and we'll keep monitoring that and keep making sure we bring it to our audience. I think that Oracle still are in the box seat. You know, Larry Ellison, who's the owner of Oracle, we know, and major contributor, he has a great relationship with the Trump administration. Obviously, he's raised money for them in terms of fundraising. So I expect to see that they will end up being the chosen partner, but it's not over yet. And I think there's a lot more to play out around exactly that, the algorithm control. And we do know that the Chinese government has also passed some sort of law in terms of export of that algorithm. So we'll wait and see where that ends up. But whoever does get this TikTok application is going to have a power of data available to them.
Yeah, it's a massive, massive deal. And I'd love to hear from the audience as well. Like, what are your bets on? Who do you think is going to come through? Do you think there'll be a sale? We'd love to hear your thoughts around what you're hearing around the TikTok sale. That'd be great. Let us know in the comments below. Now, the other thing I found really interesting this week was it was the imagery that caught me first when I saw it. It looked like there was this submarine style thing emerging from the water, and it had a Microsoft logo on it. So tell me about that. What did I see in the news this week around that?
Look, you know, I love a good data center, and particularly when you hear that there's been one put under the water. So this is a project by Microsoft. It's called Project Natic. It was done in off the coast of Scotland in a place called Orkney. And basically what they did was they submerged a data center. It's been underwater for 2 years. Can you believe that? And that water's cold.
Yeah. I wouldn't mess with the diver jumping in to retrieve it and set it all up.
Yeah, bring some new money to the guys who've got to go down there and maintain this. But yeah, they completely submerged this cylinder. It had some 855, in fact, servers in it. And some of the results have been quite fascinating. So basically this submerged data center has been under the water for 2 years. It's only had around 8 of the servers of the 855 fail. So that's remarkable when you compare that to on land data centers. In comparison, it seems a much more efficient solution. There's still some work going on and some research going on by Microsoft's research labs around this. So more to come. But this is fascinating from a point of view of energy management and also the server room itself, or the cylinder, had a nitrogen atmosphere. So that's quite fascinating in itself. So nitrogen atmosphere, submerged under the water, uses less electricity, needs less maintenance, and the thought is that it's more secure for companies to think about when planning to have secure data centers, because under the water you can submerge them anywhere and they can keep safe for up to 2 years.
Wow. So is this enough of a proof point? Do you think this is going to get like companies and organizations really starting to think differently about their data centers?
I do. I think this is like a really good trial, and I look forward to sharing more information. Again, our audience will know a lot about this, so I'm really keen to hear from our audience and see what they think. about this particular trial and what they think about on land versus underwater data centers, or any other trials that they're hearing about that are going on around the planet. That'd be good to hear. But I'm fascinated by this story, and I think we'll keep our audience updated about the developments of this research. Exciting times.
Absolutely. Now, to shift gears a little bit, I've always had this dream of a drone being able to drop off a pizza to my doorstep and it be piping hot. And I'm not sure about how far away we are from that, but I'm hoping we're close. And there was something in the news this week that kind of made me think that we are perhaps a little bit closer than what I might have thought of, a year or two ago, when it comes to my dream of having a pizza dropped off at my doorstep. So what did we see in the news this week around that, Luke?
This is exciting. At the Reboot show, we love a good pizza, particularly a capriccio. Anyone wants to deliver one to me, I'd be really happy with that. But look, basically what's happening here is this is Ifood out of Brazil, and Ifood is a phenomenal business. I mean, it is Brazil's one of Brazil's unicorns. It's over $1 billion now. They are a AI machine learning machine, part of the pun. But they basically have this capability of using AI for their technology that they supply to restaurants, couriers, and also the public. And basically, they combine those three and make a single offering. They're planning to use drones around a shopping center in Sao Paulo. They've got authority approval now from the aviation authorities in Brazil to start using drones to deliver from the food court within the shopping center to the waiting couriers who are in the car park. They think they can reduce this time frame by about 2 minutes to begin with. But they're looking at that whole chain of right to the house or to the building. This is a phenomenal story, and we watched this one with interest as well, because we do know they own 86% of the market in Brazil. So I know, Uber Eats is really struggling there, and during COVID, it just exploded. So a great story.
Yeah, and what are some of the challenges, and what does this mean? Are we going to see, just drones circling around, dropping off food to everyone's doorsteps? Like, it seems a little bit far out, even, when we see that it can actually happen. What are some of the biggest challenges, and what do you think this means for us in the future?
Well, I think some of the challenges are around drone aviation. I do know that there's been some investors that I've been speaking to that are looking at drone airports. Can you imagine that outside of your CBD? That you've got these drone airports where drones can take off and land and be maintained. But this company, Ifood, they really have a strong AI and machine learning culture. They mandated last year that all of their people undertake AI and machine learning training. All of their offerings are about advanced AI capabilities. Some of the things they're doing are quite revolutionary in terms of being able to supply to the restaurants a dashboard that provides to them things like what are people eating at what time of the day, what's the best thing to prepare, what's the packaging arrangements you should use to keep the food hot. So they're using analytics in such a powerful way and AI capabilities. And yes, Amy, I think drones will be delivering food shortly. I do know of people that are looking at how can they create mailboxes where drones can just fly up and open the door and put something cold or something hot in it. So this is not far off. This is, this is coming.
Oh, that's good. You're making me excited. I can't wait to have my pizza delivered to my door by a drone, not too far away, hey?
Yeah, I know. That's going to be interesting. Well, I don't know what you tip a drone. Do you? What do you give them?
Oh, that's a good point.
Maybe some type of digital badge.
Yeah, you'll probably hold your phone up and hold your phone up and there'll be a payment collection there. Who knows?
Something. Maybe a bit of oil as that guy passed. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's a great story, and I watch iFood with interest. I think that they're trailblazing the way that food is being delivered, and I look forward to some of those new functions and features that probably will come to all your local markets globally. This is interesting.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, well, I've loved hearing these stories from the week. And as you know, on the Reboot Show, we're here every week bringing you the latest Newsfeed updates. So thanks so much for joining me today, Luke. If you're watching this, make sure to subscribe to the Reboot Show channel. You'll also find us on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram too at the Reboot Show. So make sure to follow along for all the action, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Yeah.